I never thought the child I carried for 9 months would look at me with disgust in his eyes, but there he was, standing beside his fiancée, laughing, and when he spoke his words didn't just hurt, they erased me. Mom, either you learn to serve her properly, or you pack your things and leave quietly. The room went silent. They were waiting for me to cry, to beg, to apologize. Instead, I smiled, and that smile terrified them far more than tears ever could. People think I'm soft now, old, disposable, but they don't know who I used to be. I raised my son alone after his father died when he was 8. 2 jobs, no weekends, no rest. I stitched his school uniforms by hand when money ran out. I skipped meals so he could eat properly. I sold my wedding jewelry to pay his college fees. Every success he boasts about today was built on my exhaustion, and I never once reminded him of that, because mothers don't keep score. Her name was Claire. Perfect hair, perfect smile, eyes that measured everything I owned. From the moment she stepped into my house, something shifted. She didn't ask where to sit. She chose. She didn't say thank you. She expected. And my son, my sweet, respectful boy, suddenly spoke to me like I was staff. Mom, can you make coffee? Mom, clear the table. Mom, don't embarrass me. Each sentence chipped away at me. Still, I stayed quiet, because I thought this was just a phase. I was wrong. That evening, relatives were visiting. Claire wanted to show them how things would be after marriage. She sat on the sofa like a queen, and my son said loudly, Mom, bring her tea. No, wait, make it again. She doesn't like it that strong. I froze. People were watching. Then Claire laughed and said, She needs to learn. After marriage, she'll be helping me anyway. That's when my son said it. The sentence that broke something inside me. Mom, you have 2 choices. Serve my fiancé properly, or leave quietly. No anger, no shouting, just control. They thought my smile meant defeat, but it wasn't. That smile was clarity, because in that moment I understood something powerful. I had already lost my son, but I didn't have to lose my dignity. I went to my room. Slowly, I packed 1 suitcase. Only essentials. I looked at the family photos on the wall and didn't take a single one, because memories don't live in frames. They live in scars. I didn't shout goodbye. I didn't curse them. I placed my house keys on the table and said only this, I hope she takes care of you, the way I once did. Claire avoided my eyes. My son didn't stop me. And that hurt more than everything else combined. They thought I was helpless. They forgot something important. The house they were living in, still in my name. The savings account my son used for their future, mine. The business he claimed as his own, started with my insurance money. I didn't leave to disappear. I left to prepare. That first night alone, I cried until my chest ached. I replayed his childhood, his laugh, his first steps, and I asked myself one painful question. Where did I go wrong? Then another followed. Or did I just raise him too well for someone else to claim? I called a lawyer, not out of revenge, out of survival. And when he reviewed the documents, he looked at me and said, You didn't lose anything. You simply forgot your power. Those words changed everything. I didn't storm back. I sent a letter. Calm. Professional. Notice of property reassessment. Notice of account separation. No emotion. Just facts. 3 days later, my phone rang. Mom, what's going on? Why is the bank calling me? Why can't I access the funds? I answered softly. You told me to leave quietly. I did. She called next. Not polite anymore. Accusations. Threats. You're ruining our future. I replied. No, I'm reclaiming mine. They came to see me. Together. But this time, I wasn't standing. I was seated. Calm. Grounded. My son looked smaller. And for the first time in his life, he didn't know what to say. He cried. said he was pressured, confused, in love. I listened, then said, "Love should never require cruelty. I didn't take everything. I took enough. Enough to live peacefully. Enough to remind him of respect. And I left him something too. A lesson. One he'll carry longer than any inheritance. I live in a small, quiet place now. No shouting. No humiliation. Just peace. Sometimes my phone buzzes. Sometimes I answer. Sometimes I don't. Because forgiveness is optional, but self-respect is not. They thought my silence meant weakness, but silence is where strong women reload. And when I walked out quietly that day, I didn't lose my son. I found myself,